Yo, here we are again. Welcome back to another one. Hope all is well. Um, I'm back with my continued coverage on the NFL. I'm going to stand by this hashtag boycott the NFL. I hope there's a boycott. I know people are talking about it. I think we should. And I also think I'm in agreement with somebody, Shedeur should sue. And I believe that the NFL should be investigated by the Justice Department for alleged collusion on what they did, and what allegedly happened to Shedeur Sanders. Um, Basically, they sent a message, um, and they sent the wrong message. They sent a message, and they literally did this to him in front of his peers because they sent a message. Oh, he's too cocky and he's too arrogant. No, what they're saying is he's sure of himself, and they don't like it. They never did like that, and they were reinforcing that they got the power. And I honestly believe they should be investigated for collusion. This is illegal. I honestly believe they should do it. This 40, $50 million is gone here. So I believe they should be investigated, and I believe they should be boycotted. Um, I mean, at this point, you guys just going to tell me, y'all going to have to tell me how they're doing, man, because I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. There's no way there's no way I'm going to watch that. Um, it just don't sit right with me. But he is pretty much, as it stands right now, um, from a good friend of mine that got some ties. I'm not gonna say which team, but he said Shedeur is QB1, yo. He's at some point in the season it could happen. He's gonna get the nod. And I heard the players with the Cleveland Browns, they're gonna make sure he's okay. They're gonna take him under their wing and they're gonna make sure he's okay because they know what happened to him was wrong. So he's good in Cleveland with the locker room for sure. But I mean, if I was Coach Prime and him, I would sue. But the problem is, if he do sue the NFL, they're gonna blackball him. He can always be a quarterback coach at Colorado. He can. I know he want to play in the NFL, but um, we need more owners in the league, and we don't have them. So we need more people bracing business and doing for self. Yes, they do make a lot of money in the NFL, but they send a message to every player in the NFL, in my opinion. Do not buck the system. Do not come in overly confident. Don't have your father in your business, and you can roll. Like for me, that's out of pocket. And I'm not afraid to say it because I'm not afraid of these devils. I'm not afraid of them. And I believe what they did was wrong. So I believe that if he got any connections with the president of the United States, because the president saw it and he said he was stupid. So what the president should do is he should recommend to the Justice Department to investigate the NFL for possible collusion on this. And I think if they do talk to the president, that's a possibility. I think they should, at least the NFL should be investigated. Because guess what? They just fined the Atlanta Falcons a certain amount of money, and I think they fined the coach $100,000. $100,000 is a lot of money to be fining him. That means something happened. I do not believe, I'm not saying he's lying, but guess what? I still don't believe that he just left his laptop down and them numbers was good. The numbers he just happened to copy the numbers down. Not only did this kid lose 40 to 50 million dollars, they spit in his face when they did it. Now they trying to say other players it happened to. Well, they're gonna have to prove that. Did it really did other players get prank called? Maybe they did. But I just believe that I just believe that if he got any juice, if he got any juice with the president of the United States, he should recommend that case to the Justice Department to investigate, have a full investigation on possible collusion. That's illegal. You people can go to jail for that if it happened. I just happen to know a little bit about the law to know that that's illegal on the highest form. That's illegal. And he was wronged out of 40 plus $1 million. That is a huge event that just happened. So I'm using my platform and I'm using my voice. My platform is not that small. They lucky I'm not big. They lucky. Because I was sending a letter to the White House. They lucky. They lucky. Because I'm not participating in the NFL. I'm not watching it. The best I could do is get highlights on SportsCenter on what Travis did. And the rest of them, that's about it. I'm not watching no games at all. I'm not buying no merchandise at all. I honestly believe at this point, the president should be notified. At least, hey, can you recommend this to the Justice Department and investigate the NFL for possible collusion? Because when people put out that word, when Stephen A. Smith put out that word, he was quickly corrected. And I know why he was corrected. See, because these people are on code. These people are on code. They quickly corrected him when he said there's like there's possible collusion going on. And I know something is wrong because Skip Bayless crashed out over it. I know something is wrong. Something went very wrong here, and it wasn't because of his play. It was because they wanted to send a message to the other players. What they usually do in history, they just emasculate one so that the rest of them could be scared. That's what they do. Yeah, you get out of line all you want to. Get out of line all you want to and see what happens. We will sit here and embarrass you in front of your peers. That's what they did. Now, I guarantee you in next year's draft, they're not going to treat Archie Manning that way. They're not, because he have the complexion for the protection. These devils are on code. So the president of the United States had spoken. He saw that it was something wrong. And now they're trying to say, well, it was his interviews. I don't believe that. I don't believe he had a bad interview. I don't believe that. If so, they're going to have to prove it. Show us the videos. Because I know they recorded it. So show us the videos on where he had a bad interview, then I'll shut up. Show us. That little $100,000 that $100,000 that you find that coach, y'all know something happened. Y'all trying to save face. Because see, you guys are hearing the chatter. Because some of my friends, that I was surprised that they are commenting on this and they're thinking about boycotting. These people work. These people are. They work for big ass companies. Some are CEOs for some big ass companies, and they're talking. Listen, our spending power is king. I'm just gonna do my little part because who am I in the grand scheme of things? But I know I'm not ever supporting the NFL ever. I'm not supporting it. I'm not supporting the NFL, and I'm not buying anything. I'm not going to the games. Nothing. They're not getting one red penny from me. And if we had at least a lot more people to feel that way, then probably they will try to rectify what happened. But I think the Justice Department should investigate it. I honestly believe Coach Prime should sue. But the problem is, if he do, they will try to blackball him and try to blackball his whole family. Somebody has to be the sacrificial lamb, though, because there's no way that and it was told, according to the stories, they were told to take him off the board. That's what they're saying. I don't respect the Cleveland Browns, whatever he is, player. I don't know what he is. The one that was. Remember they were when they drafted him and how they were looking. Something happened here, so I don't respect him. I would respect him if he just resigned and then come out and say what happened. Then I'll respect him. But I'm not going to respect him. I don't have no respect for him. They did not look happy when they drafted him. That means something went wrong. I believe there was a collective effort to embarrass him in his draft. But I can't prove it. But I believe that's why I believe an investigation should be done here, along with Roger Goodell. I believe all of them should be investigated. Because they knew, because let me tell you something, when he got drafted, they had a big whole show on the stage. That never happens for those later rounds. That's how I knew something was up. But I think this is going to quickly go away and nothing is going to be done. But I got the blueprint, though, an investigation with the Justice Department. The Justice Department should step in by recommendation of the President of the United States. But he's not going to do that unless Coach Prime reach out to him. He knows Coach Prime. He'd be like, listen, man, they wronged my son here, man. Please have them investigated. And I believe there should be a lawsuit. He should sue the fucking brakes off them. And then go on and start a business. That'll send a message to everybody else. Look, we stood up. As a player, I would feel a certain type of way, even though I would still get them Devils money so I can go start my own business. I would do that. But I would be feeling a certain type of way about these owners. See, these owners exercise their power. Like, who does he think he is to come in and control something? I don't give a fuck if he's a Hall of Famer. Give a fuck. This is what we gonna do. We gonna show him. We gonna show him. They so confident in themselves. We about to sit there and humble them in front of their peers. So it has a bad taste in my mouth on what happened still. I'm not supporting the NFL, man. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not supporting it because the powers that be, they exercise their power. That's what I believe that would happen. I heard that they were told to take him off that board. And my question is why? Now, did they all, was there a meeting? They need to investigate that because that's illegal. Somebody can go to jail for that. That's jail time if that's what they did. So that's what I wanted to say right there. I don't care what people are saying, what Cam Newton is saying and all that, talking about, well, just use your hard work and do that. He's been working hard, Cam. He's been working hard. He's been working hard. And the reason why they're going to keep stepping on us like that and doing what they want to do because of people like you. You should be the main one coming out saying something happened here. But you can't do that because you're a coward. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to buck the system because your show might go away. Chris Carter, you a bootlicker too. You a bootlicker. I should have entitled it Chris Carter's a bootlicker. That other guy, that Saints legend, the Steelers legend, you are a bootlicker too. And the crazy thing is, I'm not even calling Stephen A one in this situation because he didn't bootlick in this situation. He did not. Shannon Sharp didn't either because they knew something. They knew it was wrong. So yes, Chris Carter, you're no longer a legend. You're a bootlicker. You're a legendary bootlicker. I have stripped you from all of your titles. You are a bootlicker. You are a bootlicker. That's what you are. You are a Yassa boss bootlicker. For what you said about Prime, like it's his fault. He ain't do nothing that hasn't been done already with Archie Manning. You didn't say that. Well, yeah, you guys did say it with Archie Manning, but he ain't nothing happened to Archie Manning, and he's set to do it again when his grandson get to the league. He's set to do it again. I don't even like the whole process of the draft. Oh, look at his attributes. Oh, he can jump. Oh, look at him. He runs a 40, and oh, look at his wingspan. He's a stud. Look how high he jumps. What's the name gonna own him soon? I don't like none of that language. So that's what I wanted to say right there. I hope that they sue, because I believe if a full investigation is done, it'll be found out that this is what happened to him. But other than that, that's not going to happen. I just put my suggestion there. That's it. Not saying that it's going to happen, but that's just I'm just telling you how I feel about it. And Chris Carter said, well, they don't want the father around. And what's wrong with having a supportive father around? They did the same thing with LeVar Ball. They don't want no supportive fathers around. They always talking about T. Morant. You know what I'm saying? They always saying their little comments about T. Morant, because he's in his son's life. They don't like overly confident, melanated people. They don't, because they know that they're inadequate. That's why. I don't give a damn how much money they got. They're incomplete and they're inadequate. Period. And that's how I feel about it. I'm not afraid to say it because I know how they operate. They sat up there and did what they did in front of everybody. Then all of a sudden, they got all the ratings out of it too. They never get another rating from me. They sat there and got all the ratings because we're like, damn, when is this kid gonna get drafted? Is he gonna get drafted or what? So we watched it all the way through. That's the most highest ratings in the history of the NFL for the draft. Nobody watched that shit past the first round. And Tom Brady, in my mind, you should be ashamed of yourself. This kid looked up to you, and you let him down. You most certainly did. I strip you of all your titles. You're not the GOAT anymore. If you did take part in this, and if I find out, I am going to label you the devil. I'm going to label it to you because I already labeled the owners that. But Skip Bayless crashed out for a reason. You know, Skip Bayless, that you the reason why Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp fell out. Because he was going to town for you, and then Shannon Sharp used to criticize you, and then Skip Bayless to get in. He got damn near disrespectful for you. And he sat there and jumped out of the window for Shedeur, for over you. And I heard you got mad over it. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe you don't have no power with the Raiders. Maybe you don't. As a also all-time one of the best quarterbacks ever, I think you do have power over evaluating a quarterback. I think you do. That's why you ain't no different than all of them. So that's what I wanted to say right there. I'm done. Um, I hope the president will just recommend this to the Justice Department. Like, yeah, just because he already don't like the NFL anyway. So I think he should just have like, yeah, have them investigate to see if something happened here. But I think they'll do everything they can to cover their tracks though. And miss me with finding the coach. I think you should fire the coach. That's what I think you should do. Fire him. Forget the fine, just fire him. Okay? And then I'll feel better about that situation. Just fire him. How about that? Like you can't have if it did, have leave his laptop out. I mean his iPad. That's sensitive information that could have got leaked. It did get leaked, but I believe it was given to him. I don't believe that his son did that. Like just went and snuck it. I believe like yeah, just do it. That's what I believe. But I know he's not going to sue the NFL because he don't want to risk all that hard work going down the drain because they for sure blackball him then. But then if they do that, he'll have an action in court though. If they do that, he'll have action in court. You had the president of the United States backing him during the draft, saying that it's wrong. Yeah, we're just not going to draft him. Okay, they overly confident. He talking about changing the coach in the locker room. He think he got more power than us. Okay, well, this what we going to do. That's what I feel that happened. I don't believe he had a bad interview. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. They're going to have to prove that by way of video if they recorded it. Yeah, and then they're saying that he didn't participate and stuff like that. Cam Ward didn't either. He didn't participate either in the NFL Combine because he was a top quarterback. Shedeur also believed that he was the top quarterback. They had to have told him. He had to get it from. He couldn't just say, okay, just he can't just say he can't just have the belief saying, well, I know I'm a top quarterback. Somebody had to tell him that. He can't just go in there with the blind understanding that he's going to be the second quarterback off the board. Somebody had to have told him this. Okay, somebody had to have told him this. Like, I don't care how good I am. I need to know because I'm not going to show up the draft day and I don't get picked. I need to know that I'm going to get picked. Usually they know. So I'm debating on whether I should even watch another college game. I don't even think I should do that at this point. But I'm going to support Coach Prime up there at Colorado. And why you think Colorado is selling off? Because of us. That's why. He brought all the buzz up there. All the buzz. And he is unapologetic. He even said I'm unapologetic. He's unapologetic himself. They don't like that talk. I am sick and tired of you devils. I swear to you, maybe if they populate Mars, maybe I could just go up there, yo, so I can just leave y'all the fuck alone, and I could just go to Mars by myself, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, but I got to deal with y'all because I'm in this lifetime. We got to deal. We gotta coexist, and I can coexist. Oh, I can coexist. Yes, indeed, I can coexist. But yeah, some of you are very nice, though. I must admit, some of you are not devils. Like I said, 10% of you, you're not, and you're very nice. I can't say that for the rest. Can't say that for the rest, man. Somebody hit me up. Yeah, it was earlier. Oh, I'm just watching your show because I promote my. Oh, I can't. Oh my God, you are on one. You damn right. You damn right. I'm on one. How you doing? I am on one for sure. But I'm telling the truth though. What's wrong is wrong. What's right is right. But anyway, I'm promise you I'll be done with this in a minute because I gotta go follow this trial and because I'm going there to see if they got a case against them or not. And if they don't, I'm gonna tell you. If they don't, if it's weak, I'm gonna tell you. So can't wait for that. Look out for that. Um, because I'm still not quite clear what the charges are at this late hour. I still don't know. It's confusing. But anyway, how's everybody doing? You said the dad kept the son in the loop about his draft status. Yeah, because he probably had been getting news about it. Yeah, he is. Prime. He is a top 5 pick. Don't worry about it. You sure? Yeah, for sure. He's going no later than the top 10. He had to have gotten that information. You said he had dinner with the Browns representative. Somebody obviously told him at the dinner that he was at least top 5. When did he have dinner with them? You said TMH will return. TMH. Well, who's TMH? Um, yeah, I already said what I had to say. I ain't gonna stay on them for too long unless somebody gonna go to the unless Prime is gonna contact the Justice Department by way of his lawyer, and maybe try to contact the president because the president know Coach Prime. He know him, so if he can like talk to him and like, hey, listen, man, we got wrong here, man. I believe there was collusion here, and maybe he'll recommend it to the Justice Department. He is the president of the United States. He can't do that. He ain't studying the NFL anyway. If you know the history on it, yeah, they stooped to all time low. That's why I'm not watching it. And it sucks. I was just telling a friend of mine. I said, you know what? We should go to Travis' first game. You know what I'm saying, in Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? She was like, yeah, let's do that. But then even she said, damn, you gonna do that? Because now you supporting the NFL. I was like, nah, I ain't doing that, yo. Okay, they were prank called last year. Well, Isaiah Bond must have got prank called this year. He was in the draft this year. Well, Shiloh, he just hired he just hired an agent, one of the best in the business actually. He was the one that movie was done after. You know, where he was like, "Show me the money." That movie was about his life. All that hard work he did to get his son to this level, only to get embarrassed on draft night. All that work down the drain, man. Well, he did get drafted. Don't get me wrong, he did. But they put a lot of hard work and determined. Like there was a lot of things that Shedeur gave up, man. He gave up a lot of fun to pursue this dream here. A lot of hard work was put into it, only for the owners to be like, you know what, this is what we're doing. That's what I think they did. You said Trump is not going to investigate an NFL for a black man. This what you don't know him like that. You probably not from the tri-state, and you probably didn't know what he did for Jennifer Hudson when her whole family died. Go research what he did for her. You don't. You're not going to know it until you go research it. He did something for her, and then they asked him about it. Right? What did you do for Jennifer Hudson? He didn't want to talk about it because he didn't want you to know about it. He was like, "Yeah, what did you do?" He was like, "If she want to tell you, let her tell you." And him and Don King is friends, man. They've been done. He a black guy. He was instrumental in Mike Tyson getting hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay, this is Donald Trump. This is before he became the president. He was instrumental in Mike Tyson becoming rich back then. Okay, and he did a lot for Jennifer Hudson. He it was another lady that she was homeless, and he put her up in the Trump Tower. Man, a lot of people don't know that. He was also instrumental in senior citizens in the tri-state area having affordable housing. It was instrumental for that too. He might be an elitist, but not what you're saying. Yeah, and look, I'm gonna tell you this. You didn't know this though, but he's not studying the NFL. He's not, and the reason why he's not is because he tried to start a league back in the '80s, and they allegedly got together and halted that, and he lost a lot of money, and he took Herschel Walker away from him. Yeah, you gotta do the history on that. He don't like the NFL. I don't think so. Not really. That's why he said something. That if you notice, it was random for him to say that, and he was all the way in Italy when he said it because he was going to the burial of the Pope, the funeral of the Pope. So why did he say that? He was all the way in Italy. He shouldn't have said anything, but he did because he felt the need to. No, Skip said something about Brady, and he was instrumental in giving the HBCUs millions. Yes, he did. He saved some of them. Absolutely. A lot of people don't know that because the media tells you to hate them. If the media tells us to jump, you jump. Nah, yo, we independent thinkers over here, yo. We not robots. I don't watch TV. I stay outside. That's why. I'm not being brainwashed. Hey, look, let me say this to you real quick if this makes sense to you. He's white, right? He's a billionaire. Why do they hate him so much? He a part of them, ain't he? Ain't he white? Ain't he a billionaire? So what's the problem? What's the beef? Remember that old commercial, what's the beef? What's the beef? You got to think about that. Yeah, the USFL, Herschel Walker and Steve Wright. Yeah, they stopped him from doing that too. So he ain't really caring about no NFL. That's why he said it. Like, man, y'all stupid. Why would he call them stupid and he's just like them? He's a billionaire, ain't he? Ain't he white? So why would he publicly say that to him? You got to think about that. He don't care about him. That's why. Now you got to do your research on do he know is he cool with Prime or not? Go look. Go all right, look. Somebody do it right now and then press 1 when you find it out. Go to Prime's Instagram. Go to his Instagram and see if he's following Trump. Go look. And go see if his son following Prime. Go look. If you don't believe me. Yeah. If you didn't know, you know now. They know each other. For sure. He's the most mentioned person in hip hop. Go figure. It ain't James Brown, it's Trump. The most mentioned ever in hip hop. Because he's a celebrity. Before he was president, he was just a celebrity. He was just a celebrity a week ago. All right, here's another one you can go fun fact. You know Shaquille O'Neal? When Donald Trump got married to Melania, Shaq gifted him a Rolls Royce. Go check. Go check, man. But the powers that be, they want these people to publicly shame him because he's not a part of them. So that's why they got to do it. But they weren't doing that when he wasn't president. So go. Why would Shaq buy him a Rolls Royce, man? If he wasn't cool with him. Russell Simmons, the one that hooked him up with Melania. Y'all didn't know that. Come on, man. That's how he got hooked up with her. You said what trial? Diddy. Yeah, he not who they making him out to be if you do the knowledge on it. Because you got to think about it, right? KC, he's white and he's a billionaire. So what's the beef? Because he doesn't represent the old ways. He wanted to change it. Then he want to usher it into the new ways because there's a lot of corruption going on, and that is a 100% fact. Why? Let me tell you this. Mitch McConnell. You know what his nickname is? His nickname is Rich Mitch. That's his nickname. So you can go Google how much Congress and them make it per year. So how the hell he get all these millions of dollars? I'll wait. I'll wait. Anytime somebody try to buck the system, they get the powers that be, the masses that hate them. But we got some of us, we think outside the box and like, wait a minute, man, something ain't right here. But yeah, I understand why everybody had to move away from him because the block is hot. So that's why people like, oh, I ain't cool with him, blah, 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 blah. I ain't cool with him. I bet you Diddy ain't saying that right now. I bet you Diddy is hoping that he get a pardon. Oh, yes. I bet you he's hoping that when this man leaves office that he'll get a pardon. That's why he's taking it all the way to trial. I bet you. Because he just came out and his son just came out and said something about Diddy. But I don't think he's getting a pardon, though. I don't think so. He married, yeah, with connections to China. He also said they're the indigenous people of America too, Ken. He said we're the original Indians. He said that in front of Congress in the 90s. Y'all got to go look. It's on YouTube. They had a mark even back then. And he said on Oprah back then in the 80s that he was going to run for president, but the time ain't right yet. And he was a Democrat saying it. Go ask the Clintons how much he donated to him. He said it. Now that all of a sudden they don't like me no more. I don't donate it to all these Democrats, and all of a sudden they don't like me no more. But okay, he said that's okay. I'm the bad guy. He said that at his when they have the press luncheon every year, dinner every year. He said, okay, I'm the bad guy. That's cool. Y'all didn't give me my money back, but I'm the bad guy. That's because he switched the script. You know what I'm saying? If you're on code and you just play like you have to go along and get along, then you'll be fine. But anyway, yeah, that's right, Casey. There's no way. There's no other option for the NFL. The only other option is CFL. And I will tell you this right now: if he went to play in the CFL, he's gonna make a lot of money in endorsements. The Rocket Ishmael went to Canada. He came. He eventually went to the NFL, but he went in Canada. He went to play in Canada, and I bet you right now, if all the top draft picks got together and said, let's just go play in Canada, I bet you they'll get their minds right. I bet you then the vibration will change. I bet you that vibe, okay, well, I bet you they'll find a way to right this wrong. But we're not on one accord. So, not yet. Something bad has to happen for us to do that, though. But then again, it'll be too late. Nah, I don't set right with a lot of people, Angel, because you know how hard he worked. And you know he's not bad. I don't, maybe he didn't do this in the interview. Like, look, man, like, I'm your guy. Just pick me. He probably was like, look, my work speak for itself. I'm already him. I'm already the guy, yo. I don't know. I don't think that happened. I think he had a really good interview because they keep saying anonymous coach, anonymous this, anonymous that. Well, why don't you guys say your names? That's how you know something wrong. Because if I was the owner, I would come out and tell y'all like, yo, he bombed the interview. I would tell y'all, and I would tell y'all why he bombed it. You know what I'm saying? They were like, damn, why didn't you pick him with the first pick? Well, I picked him with the second pick because he bombed the interview, but I think he'll be okay. At least he ain't a bad kid, but at least he did bomb the interview. He did, and I'll show you the video. He bombed it. He bombed it. Actually, I was still taking with the first pick because I know he could play. He don't have a character issue. It's not that he's not like out here wilding out in the streets. That's not it. But I don't think that happened. Because I'm a billionaire. I ain't afraid of nobody. I'm like, yeah, he bombed the interview, man. Now, Prime, I guess are they finally getting Prime back for all these years because they couldn't get him back as a player? Okay, so he said at the combine, he told a team that I'm not. It don't even make no sense talking to you because I ain't gonna be here past when y'all pick. I'm gonna be already drafted already, so there's no need to talk to you. I believe he said that. You know what I'm saying? Now that's real crazy for him to say that. That's crazy, but he did get drafted by Atlanta, so he didn't need to talk to the Giants or nobody. So he was right about that. You know. So, but no, man, this is different day and age now, man. These owners ain't feeling that. But oh well. But if they all got together, man, that's illegal. But see, the thing is, they banking on the fact that that take a lot of guts to sue them. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna risk getting blackballed and all that, so they know that's not gonna happen. So you said didn't care about on an interview, and I don't think he messed up the interview. Yeah, we could tell that C-Rob, but these other people are crazy. They sitting up there lying. I know they wearing some expressions over. You know why? I saw Bucky's tweet. I saw his Instagram post. They feeling that, yo. They feeling it. They feeling it. You see, here's the thing, they're feeling it, but they can't say it. I could say it. They can't. They have to be politically correct at this point. Because at this point he walking a tightrope. So he has to do what he gotta do. But I do know that Cleveland Brown locker room has accepted him. Okay? They not treating him like no fifth string. That's what I heard. They treating him like that's their guy. He gonna be having all type of workouts. You'll see it soon. All type of private workouts. You know how the players get together and start working out together? You're gonna start seeing that soon. Because he the man up there. I heard that. I heard he the man already. Already. He's the man up there. 2 has entered the building. Okay? We call him QB2 because his name, he QB1. He's the man up there. Flacco on his way out, because he's old. They've been in the league 19 years. But hopefully with Flacco, that is a good situation. And now Cam Newton did say that. He says it's a good situation for him to be in. Because he said he's looking at the locker room. He's looking at the quarterback room. He said, okay, they got Flacco. Maybe Shedeur can learn on the Flacco, and that's it. Then he take over once Flacco's done. So he said that that's like a good position for him to be in because he don't have to start right away. He can learn on the Flacco, get his feet wet like Patrick Mahomes did. He didn't start right away and then get it together. So he said it's almost a good thing, because of the quarterback room. And he's gonna be working. You know how he do. He work out with the receivers and stuff like that, and get it together like that. Them players gonna love him, man. He's not a bad guy. I mean, he'll flash the watch, but that's his thing. The watch flashing, he's not, that's just what he do. We understand it. That's not he didn't do nothing wrong, man. It's just, but we know that. They feeling it though. They most certainly feeling it. Like, man, these devils, man. But they can't say that. You gotta still, if you want to play in the league, you just gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, I heard the Cleveland offensive line is decent too. And I heard they all accepted him. That's what I just heard. They love him. Yeah, because what's his name learned from Flacco too. The quarterback that's right there in Baltimore now. So at least he got a veteran that played in the league 19 years to learn from. So that's a blessing. He'll be all right. And here's the thing: the Browns ain't gonna want to get rid of him. They're not gonna want to get rid of him. He'll be the next person they pay. Because Deshaun Jackson, I'm not sure what's going on with Deshaun Watson. I'm not sure going on his Achilles. That's a bad injury. I don't wish that on nobody. But well, as of right now, it's Flacco and it's Joe Flacco and Shedeur, man. I heard the locker room is treating them that way. I heard what they said about him. Hey man, don't worry about that too. Just be you, man. You know what I'm saying? They know what happened to him. They'll take care of him. He'll be all right. But the way he walked in that locker room, though, it's almost a legend in the making is coming in there. It's a very eerie situation for him going in that locker room. And he went in there with the Colorado book bag. He went in there with that Colorado book bag, man. It's something to watch. I'm like, he's on the brink of something. We just got to wait a year. He's on the brink of something. And I can't wait, because when the success come, here come the vultures. Oh, we had him wrong, but we knew he'll do it. We knew he'll do it. We know he'll do it. We just knew it. And then I'm coming back to call them devils. I'll be right there. I'm telling you, because I'm not gonna forget this one. I'm gonna stop talking about it eventually, but I'm gonna forget. I'm not gonna forget it. We knew two would do it. We knew it. He's from good stock. We knew he'll do it. We knew he'll do it. Okay. I hope eventually when he played for the Browns, I don't know if they got to play the Cowboys. I hope he beat the brakes off y'all. There's a few. If he, I don't know what division he in. I don't. That's how much I watch football. But I'm gonna be looking at the Browns schedule and to see whenever when they decide they want to start him. Because you remember, if Flacco go down, and Shedeur is next when he go down. If he goes down, I hope he don't. I don't wish injury on nobody, but Shedeur got to be ready to go. I hope one of them is I hope he beat the brakes off you losing losers. And I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about the ownership. I hope he beat the brakes off y'all. And Brady, you represent the Raiders. I hope he play you. I hope he beat the brakes off y'all. Okay? And the Giants and the Jets. But I don't think he playing all of them. Yeah, he didn't. He didn't wear. He wore the CU stuff. No, he had something with the Browns on. He had the hat on. He did have something Browns on. He did. But he had the CU book bag and everything in the duffel bag. He coming to work. They know what. Listen, the Browns know what they got. They just not trying to say nothing. Oh yeah, we not promising him anything. Okay, I'm gonna remember that when he's the starter. Okay, you're not promising him anything, but you're gonna have to cut him if you want to, and see if you have to refund all that money with the jerseys. You're gonna have to refund all that money. His jersey's selling off the hook right now. When he walked in that locker room, it's just his presence when he walked in. That man is they just poked a bear. That's what they did. They poked a bear, yo. He gonna get with the wide receivers, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna get to work. Because he's a workhorse. So that's what they got. And here's the thing, man. I go back to what Bill Russell said, because nobody won more championships than Bill Russell. Nobody. Him and Red Auerbach and them. Okay, Red Auerbach said this right with Bill Russell. The team was so great that by the mid the first after the maybe 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, he'll sit back and light his cigar. Yo, he said he done coaching. He done. He said he don't like coaches that keep coaching all the way to into the last whistle. He said, what type of shit is that? He said, that's nonsense. Let your players play, man. You don't have to keep coaching them. He'll sit back and light his cigar, man. He said Bill got it. He said, I don't need to do nothing else. Nobody won more championships than that team. And what Bill Russell said was he never won the championships for the city or the organization. He did it for himself and for a bigger cause, because he wanted a bigger platform to bring awareness. He said that's why he did it. He wasn't never playing for the city and never playing for the organization. As he said, he couldn't eat at half these people's dinner table. They were racist. And, he was an activist and stuff like that. They don't want no more Bill Russells, yo. They don't. But, Shedeur don't need to be that. He just need to sit up there and just do it. If he want to play football, just do his thing. That's it. As far as I'm concerned right now, I know they got Dylan Gabriel. He's QB too. I don't care how they say it. Okay, he was drafted fifth, so he's in back of Dylan Gabriel. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's QB two right now because Deshaun Watson is hurt. He's QB two for sure. On Saturday, he gonna be getting on that plane going to the away games. That's how you know he's QB2 already. I don't care what they saying. So that's it. Oh, the Browns play the Jets, Raiders, and not the Cowboys and Giants. Well, if he is suiting up to be the starter, I hope he beat the brakes off the Jets, which he will, and he gonna beat the brakes off the Raiders. That game I'll watch. If I find out he's starting, I'll watch it when he play the Jets and the Raiders. I couldn't go to that Raiders stadium because I'll get good seats and get kicked out. I definitely couldn't go to. I'll be right in back of that Raiders bench, giving Brady the business if he's on that field. I'll get kicked out for sure. I hope he beat the brakes off y'all. I'll be heckling him like crazy. Like Cam Newton said, he said, Shedeur, he said, do it by hard work, not by clout. What the fuck are you talking about, Cam? Your braids must be too fucking heavy. I mean, your locks. What are you talking about? He said, at this point, he said, do it with hard work and not your clout. That don't make sense. He's not going to start with clout. The hell are they talking about? They're not going to have him the starter just because he got a lot of clout. Of course he going to do it with work. People just, I don't know, man. These football players, I don't know. Chris Carter was just all the way. He just jumped all the way out the window for them, man. I bet Prime shot himself in the foot. Yes. He said, remember when he was talking to Dallas? He said, well, he was interested in being a coach. He said that's probably why the Giants didn't select Shedeur, because they were worried that he might be the coach. That sounds stupid, Chris Carter. That sounds real stupid. But anyway, that's his opinion. Let me leave these people alone. Cam had to do what he had to do when he got drafted. Did you know they didn't even want him to get tattoos? The owner. They didn't want him to. They said they liked the fact that he didn't have tattoos at the time. Ain't that some shit? Like they looking at what you do with your body now. They like the fact that he didn't have tattoos at the time. And in fact, he stayed in Carolina too long. After his contract, he should have went somewhere else. He would have did better outside of Carolina. As far as I'm concerned, Shedeur should have went. He could have went to Carolina. They need a quarterback, in my opinion. What's his name? He's okay, but Shedeur could have gave him a run for his money. Not Tennessee, because they gave Trevor all that money. They can't even get rid of Trevor. Oh my God! I looked at his contract. They can't even get rid of him. I think somebody told me he had a no trade clause. Oh my God! They stuck with Trevor, yo. They stuck with Trevor Lawrence. He ain't bad though. He ain't bad. They stuck with him, man. What kind of contract is that? No trade clause. They can't even get rid of him. You said the NBA made Allen Iverson wear sleeves. No, he had tendonitis. That's why he wore the sleeves. You remember when Allen Iverson used to take them fouls? He always used to hit the floor. Well, he's already skin and bones. His elbows used to hit the ground. The sleeve had padding in the elbow area, and also it helped for tendonitis in his joints and his elbow. That's what happened. He didn't do it for it, but then it became fashion after a while. Yeah, if the team is dedicated to sabotaging and losing on purpose, um, yeah, for the past three, it don't matter. Yeah, you said facts. Bubba Chuck Iverson, bad news. 16th Street. Yeah, we call him Bubba Chuck out here. That's the name of his uncles. His mother, that's his nickname, Bubba Chuck. But yeah, he had tendonitis in his elbow. But it looked good though, right? But then when he used to fall on the ground all the time, sometimes his elbows would hit the ground. So he just wore them sleeves after a while. It helped him out with his shooting. Kobe wore them too. He said, keep God first, QB. This wasn't God this time. Coach Prime said this was the devil. This was the act of the devil. He right about that. And yeah, keep God first. I feel you. Absolutely. This the work of the devil here. Yeah, Allen Iverson's a tough dude. You know, he was even better football player. He was a quarterback. He was everything. He was all state in everything. Until, you know, he got in that little situation, which was racially motivated. But what happened was Governor Wilder of Virginia at the time, he pardoned him. He pardoned Allen Iverson. Then after he pardoned him, he went to Georgetown. Rest was history. But he was supposed to be a two-sport athlete. He's supposed to go to North Carolina to play football and basketball. Yeah, the bursitis. Thank you. I'm here for it all. It's bursitis in his right elbow. Yes, and he played with it for his whole career. It's all that hitting the ground and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't but so big, but he played bigger than what he was. This dude dunked over Marcus Camby, man. Much love from Oakland. Shout out to Oakland in the house. But yeah, Allen Iverson he was like Charlie Ward. Y'all know Charlie Ward, Florida State, how he played basketball and football, and just like Donovan McNabb. Donovan McNabb played basketball and football for Syracuse. Same thing, two-sport athlete. Um, Allen Iverson was the same way, and he could play baseball too. Damn sure could. He's a legend out in bad news area. He's a legend, straight up. He was the Michael Vick before Michael Vick. Allen Iverson was the Michael Vick because he Allen Iverson had 4.28 speed. He had it was beyond four. He had Dion speed. We call him back then. We used to call Dion Neon Dion. You see what I'm saying? Prime time. That's Coach Prime. You know he had Coach Prime speed for sure. Yep, he had Coach Prime speed, man. Yeah, Allen Iverson was like he was like a mythological figure out here. Everybody loved him, and guess what? It wasn't just the people that was champion for him. It wasn't just black. It was white and black that contacted Governor Wild. They said, "You got to get this kid out of here. No, you can't do this to this kid. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. He was defending himself." And then Governor Wilder pardoned him. Yes, everybody championed for him out here, yo, because they knew it was a problem. They knew he didn't do that. Yes, sir. Here's a fun fact about Allen Iverson. When he's out here, he don't have no bodyguards. None. Not none. I remember I saw him the last time I saw him. He liked going to Fridays for some reason. He was chilling up in Fridays, just him and a friend. That's it. I knew he was in there because I saw the Rolls Royce outside. I remember what it looked like. His boy was driving a Bentley. He had the Rolls Royce, and I like he had to be in there, and he was. He was sitting at the bar. You know, people coming up to him, asking for pictures, autographs. He was already in the Hall of Fame at this point, and he just signing autographs, shit like that. Shit, people buying him, shit. He just chill, just a regular dude, man. Allen's a regular dude. Chuck is a regular dude, man. And he was in there talking about Kobe, man. He said that was the highlight of his career playing Kobe and Jordan. That was the highlight. Yeah, they can. Yeah, collusion. No one is going to admit it, but if they investigate it, maybe there could be some emails somewhere. Maybe they could find something, or maybe somebody will testify. We don't know, unless the Justice Department get involved. But like you're right, it'll be hard to prove, though, right? I get what you're saying. But man, let me tell y'all something. Well, I ain't gonna talk about that because there was a whole big situation out here, and come to find out, this football player, that happened out here in Virginia. He went to trial over and everything. Come to find out, he didn't do it. He was innocent, but he had to keep his mouth shut. He didn't snitch. He ain't had nothing to do with what was going on out here. Nothing. And the travesty was his so-called boys let him take that. But trust me, he ain't had nothing to do with it. I think y'all know who I'm talking about. He ain't had shit to do with that. But anyway, you said BS, moving in silence and darkness. Sometimes you gotta move that way, CC. Sometimes you do gotta move in silence. Like a lot of these players, they gotta move in silence when they help the community. They do. They have to do it through somebody else because the powers that be, they don't like that. And sometimes we have to come together in silence. Like, so we don't need to let the world know we doing, but I know I am talking to some people about boycotting NFL and they thinking about promoting it. But the only problem is I told them I don't want y'all to lose y'all jobs though. Because one work at BET, she's really high up in BET. I was like, I think you'll lose your gig though if you like really start championing it. So sometimes you gotta move a certain type of way, man, when you got a certain kind of status. Yeah, Stephen A can't. It's nothing much he could do. LeBron, he can't be by himself on it though. That's the problem. If he say something, they're gonna do something to him, man. It has to be the collective to come together. It can't just be one person. It just can't be Shedeur. Shedeur is just getting started, so he shouldn't have to do anything. It should be people coming to have his back. He just getting started. I mean, he worked hard. He needs at least to have a shot to play in the NFL. He got to have that shot to play on Sunday. Can't take that away from him. Because I'm a firm believer in, I want these kids to go get that money. Okay? I want them to get all the money. Because now that changed their generation. You know what I'm saying? Things is moving different. Travis' life has just changed forever. As soon as he walked that stage, his life has just changed. He's now Mr. Hunter. People call him Mr. Hunter. His life has just changed, man. He know it. I mean, I was excited for Cam Ward too. Man, he was crying too. I was excited for him, man. But you know what almost really made me cry? Oh my God. I don't even want to say it because I might break down now. When Shedeur got drafted, he started shouting. You know how you shout in church? He started shouting. I was like, oh my God, man, why they do that to him, man? They did it to the wrong person. Like, if I was one of those owners, if I had a soul, I said, OMG, we targeted the wrong goddamn person. Ain't nobody that's stuck on themselves, as they say. He's arrogant. What else they say? He's arrogant. No, he was sitting up there shouting like he was in church. He was doing the dance like he was in church. You know how you start shouting? That's what he was doing. Oh my God, yo. My only thing to justify it, sometime in this world, bad things happen to good people, man. You just can't explain it. But he's the right one. He will persevere. But he was shouting, man. He was praising the Lord. Did you know that? Oh my God. I've never seen that done before. I never seen somebody just start shouting. Actually, I did see a player mother do it one time. She put her hands up and she just started shouting. But that's what he did. Oh man. You said Travis met with the mayor of Jacksonville at their facility. You can't see Travis now. He's like Jordan, LeBron, etc. He's gonna eventually be like that. You said they collude against Kaepernick. and got sued for like 80 million. And so did he win that? I believe he low key settled, didn't he? I believe so. I believe so. I got to look into that. But my intent, guys, my intent is not to trigger you anything. But I feel like I got a little platform. I had to speak my piece on it because the family can't do it. Coach Prime, you know what I'm saying? He can't come out and be real like that. But you know what he's saying in his house, man. Bucky can't do it. You see what I'm saying? Because Shedeur has come this far. They got to get him to where he got to go. Because the Browns is rocking with him as far as the players. They're rocking with him already. So he's going to be okay. But, yeah, Cap did settle. Okay, he settled. So there was collusion, folks. But unfortunately, Shedeur can't do it because I don't want him to get blackballed. I don't want him to get blackballed, man. You see, I'm from the old school. I think everybody's family. You see what I'm saying? Everybody family to me. I don't even got to know you because we all got the same struggle. We all got the same struggle. But when that kid got up and started shouting, and then Shiloh was shouting with him, man, I almost broke down right there, yo. And he handled it. Didn't he handle it with class? He sure did handle it with class. He didn't handle it like he was arrogant. He handled it with class and dignity. Shedeur grew up in front of our eyes, man. He is now the man. And Shiloh had his back, didn't he? That's his big brother. He had his back, Bucky, too. Deandra and the little sister was there. And on this time, his parents was right there, both with him together. See how God is? See, they had to both be there for him. They was right there. Told you, man, this thing was deep, yo. What we witnessed was deep. Oh man, they just started shouting. Man, I almost lost it. Shout out to Shedeur, man. He'll make it to the second contract. 'Cause you know what they're gonna do, Replica? They're gonna be like, we knew he'll do it. And they're gonna sit up there and give him the money. Thank you, Indira. You know the works of those that was right. They have a bloodlust for black men, right? And they want us to be humble and humble and all that. You know who had an arrogance to him? But he still was a nice guy because I met him before. I met him at a restaurant in Hoboken. Eli Manning. Yo, this dude, I didn't know he was that tall. And I tell you one thing about him, he had the hand grip of hell, yo. He gripped my fucking hand, yo. He almost broke my damn hand, yo. Yeah, Eli Manning. You know what? I had to grip his hand back because I wasn't trying to go out like that. But yo, he got a hell of a hand grip, yo. Eli Manning. He was in there just talking to people, just chilling. Him and his wife. It's in Hoboken because he used to live in Hoboken. There's a restaurant. This building he used to live in. There's a restaurant down the street from his building, and he was in there. We just happened to run into him, me and my ex at the time. And when I walked in, he just like gave me a head nod. And I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Jets fan. He laughed about it. He said, you're on the wrong team. But he said, New York, New York, it's all good. That's how he was talking. Just real cool, like. And then he like shook my hand. Bruh. I had to like shake his hand back, but you like, damn, I almost broke my damn hand, man. Yeah, they want us broke back mountain, docile and subservient. But here's the thing, CC, unfortunately, sometimes they gotta play the game like that. They don't have to be that way, but sometimes they gotta play the game like that. Just so they can get that Trevor Lawrence money, you feel me? Or let's say Dak Prescott. No, he was shouting Ken because praising the Lord. Because he had faith in the Lord. They very religious people. You know what I'm saying? They believe in a higher power. Like That's what he was doing. And then I believe that's what it was. Now, Shiloh, on the other hand, he was hilarious. He actually saved it because he turned into a comedy thing. He was like, bro, I ain't getting drafted, yo. And then he waited to the last pick. It was hilarious. He's sitting on Twitch. He said, guys, am I going to be Mr. Irrelevant? He said, this is the last pick. Let's see if I get drafted. And he didn't get drafted. He was like, all right, I got to go talk to the coach, man. He said, I got to go talk to my agent. I know Coach Prime was like, Shiloh, please, man. Like, this been a long day. He was like, I got to go talk to my coach, man. I got to talk to my agent. Yeah, see, sometimes you just got to play the game, but that's not how you really think. You know what I'm saying? You just want to get that money and keep it moving, like Trevor Lawrence and Russell Wilson. Because what did Russell Wilson say when he left Denver? Oh, well, I did. He said, I did my best. You know what I'm saying? I did my best, but I'm not trying to retire. And guess what? They still on the hook to pay him that money. I might joke and say he robbed them, but it's all good. When I really knew something went wrong when, like I said, Skip jumped out the window, and it was what's the other guy that do the he do the analysis for the quarterbacks. Man, he really jumped out the window. He really crashed out. That's how I knew it had to be some collusion. Because Skip threw Brady under the bus, and you know how Skip Bayless feel about Tom Brady. So, but shout out to all of the vloggers. You know what I'm saying? They have twos back. Shout out to all the vloggers that has twos back. Um, Colin from Life and Football. I rock with him. You know what I'm saying? I watch all his shit. Like as soon as sometimes he be going like multiple times. I be watching. He had that. He has his back. He didn't switch up or nothing like that. Cause you know how people say watch people switch up. Nah, we not switching up. Nah, we still no. Two is our guy. Nah, we not switching up. And what surprised me was Skip Bayless though. Skip Bayless really likes Shedeur. He really do. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was surprised that he really crashed out for him like that. But that made me feel good, man. He crashed out for him because he knew. But a few others did too. Shannon Sharp. I was surprised with Stephen A. Usually he don't do that. He sat up there and said it was he the one said it was collusion, and and Molly was trying to correct him. Oh, we got to be careful when you say that. But you know how Stephen A. is. He take the other side. He didn't know. But anyway, oh, he donated. Skip donated. Yo, he really fucks with Prime, right? He really fucks with Prime, yo. That's how Prime know who really fuck with him. Skip really fucks with him, yo. He crashed out on Tom Brady, man. I heard it got back to Tom Brady. He was pissed about it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I didn't do that to that kid. Like something, like crack. He like getting that Skip over it. And Tom usually don't do that, so I don't know. It's over with now. The kid is the Cleveland Browns. He's the Cleveland Browns quarterback. Flacco is going to get the start on opening day because he's been in there 19 years. I thought Flacco retired. Yo, I didn't realize he was still playing. So he getting the start. He gonna show Shedeur what's up. Like, Shedeur, I got you, man. Because they all got his back, I heard. I got you. Yo, there's a funny ass meme going around, a video meme. Hold on. Funny ass. There's a funny ass video meme going around with Deshaun Watson and Shedeur. It was when, I forget what movie it was, when Chris Tucker went to this massage parlor. That was fucking hilarious. They had Shedeur face on there and Deshaun Watson showing Shedeur around. What the fuck? That was hilarious. That was, man, that shit was crazy. Shedeur ain't doing none of that. Shedeur ain't doing nothing like that. But yeah, he the number one right now. He actually, as of right now, he bumped up to number one. I thought he was number three, but I believe he did bump up to number one in rookie sales right now, jerseys. I thought Travis was number one. Travis, Cam Ward, and Shedeur. And then Ashton Genty. Yeah, right. That's a father right there. Right, Primat. You must be one of the internet aunties. Y'all don't play about them boys, yo. Y'all don't. I see what y'all be saying on Twitter. Y'all the internet aunties, they don't play when it comes to Shedeur, man. They went hard. But that's how we usually do, man. I'm gonna take that. So, and hold on a second. Yeah, you can't tell my friend nothing about Prime. She's been a long time Dallas fan, and she always get on me about the Jets. Not no more. I told her I ain't no Jets fan, cause she hit me up talking about who the Jets get, what quarterback y'all get. Just trying to lay it to me. I said I ain't no Jets fan no more. But anyway, man, thanks for checking me out today. I'll be back a little later. I'm gonna get on out of here. All right, y'all.